Hello, welcome. I'm recording readings, and I've got a little bit of an audience here on Discord, and just gonna get a little bit of energy in the cards. We're just starting out the like something like a collective reading, and I realized I should record it while we get started. We're gonna do other readings tonight too, so take a look. If you're watching this, there's probably going to be other readings as well that come from this same kind of night of readings. So whatever energy is here right now, what I feel like I'm reading is just general energy that's passing through, and I'm grabbing a little bit of like basically whatever would resonate with whoever is watching. I started to read these cards and I read something about basically like there's the King of Swords and the Six of Cups, and they're both in reverse, and I feel like it's a little bit of somebody who's trying to control their dreams, if that makes sense. It's like somebody who is trying to have the best dreams, somebody who's trying to, and it's almost like so that I have evidence that I planned something. And it might be like a little bit of that manifesting with your dreams or lucid dreaming kind of feel. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of like clarity on these cards. And as for topic of this reading, I don't know yet. I'm just reading energy, and so we'll see what we get. Okay. Wow, this looks like a quilt. It looks to me like the energy that I'm reading is energy of maybe you've tried to tell somebody something that they won't be able to hear by you telling them. It's almost like you've told them so many times before that they wouldn't be able to hear it. Oh, pardon me, that's my belly. Oh, and I'm going to have to address the chat here. Yes, I'm recording for the collective right now. I'm just going to do this reading, and then we'll do some questions from whoever's here to record more readings. So this will just be a collective reading right now. Oh, picture of Mitts. A Mitts gift. Nice. So I was saying there was something about a turnip, dark red being relevant. Okay. Anyway, sorry if I'm doing like a little bit of random words. It's because I'm reading the chat that's right up there. So I'm a little bit half live streaming, half recording the reading. So what I feel here, back to these cards, is that, well, it might be relevant, like it's kind of like it's in passing. It's like almost like it's a chat. Like things are coming by and it's like just something that's said in passing, more than it being like you've tried to tell somebody over and over and over again this very specific thing. This is more like it's this person has been hearing this thing either from you, and I get that it's just kind of like casual, like you wouldn't know that you were saying something that they've heard many, many times before is basically it. And it's kind of forcing them to, like, you're just there saying the same thing, but you wouldn't, because you don't know that, but they do. And it's basically like, oh, finally, it's like they've heard it so many times from so many different places that you just add to the collection of how many times they've heard this thing. And I don't know, to me it feels a little bit like they know what they're doing, and it's almost like maybe you're telling them or suggesting that they don't know what they're doing, and they're having to kind of hold on to like their authority in the situation, that they do know what they're doing. That's kind of what I got here for energy. And so Ace of Swords and the Justice card here. And this is like the knowledge here, the Ace of Swords. It's like they know how to learn. They know that there's something to learn from having heard the same thing over and over again. However, to be fair, whoever they've heard this from isn't as much of an expert on this topic as they are. Let's put it that way. Maybe them telling you is more about them saying it than you hearing it. Ooh. Yeah, it's true. Oh, my stomach is making all these sounds with the latte. That's funny. Okay, well, what I feel, see, these cards are kind of, part of me, like, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure almost like I need to get this message out fast, because I feel like there's somebody who'd be listening to this. Maybe, I can't imagine it's anybody who's in the chat right now. Like, these are the people who are here right now are very used to how long it takes for me to get a message out. And it's part of the journey, is just kind of exploring the artwork. And, but this, I feel like this might be watched later down the road. So this might be for somebody specifically watching on YouTube who's kind of like impatient, who needs for me to say something quickly. Get it out. Get it out. Come on, get it out already. What are you trying to say? Like, I'm feeling like I'm almost getting that energy thrown at me, like, and I'm responding to it with pressure. And I'll try my best to be faster, is basically, I'm feeling like almost like, so here's what I feel. I feel for the collective, for anybody who is resonating with, like, having just, like, you might not even recognize this story yet, because you might have just said something and you don't realize how significant it is for somebody else to hear it again, because they've been hearing it from a whole bunch of other people. I'm going to ask about what's being said, and just kind of like check out what's going on right here. But what I feel like, it's the pressure that I'm feeling in the energy. It's like, to me, it feels like this person who's hearing it, every time they hear that same thing, the pressure is building. So it seems to me like you might not intend to pressure someone with the way that you're saying something, but it's that you're the seventh person who has said this month or something like that. And that's where the pressure comes from. And you just might end up being like the breaking point where somebody ends up feeling the pressure. And I don't know what you're going to get for response out of this. I see basically like the sun is for this person. So it's something that's revealed to them because you said something, but you wouldn't even know that you said something significant, is really what I'm getting here. You wouldn't even, it would be something very, very, it's almost like getting a message in the tarot cards. Like, sometimes tarot readers will say something, some random word or some random phrase, and then it'll make like, and I'm watching the reading and I go, oh, did they just say that, did they just say raspberry pie? Did they just say raspberry pie? Now, with the Justice card here, I'm just looking for resonance, and it kind of like it pushes me away. Like, I'm getting this sense that this person's going to end up figuring it out on their own. I don't know if we need to spend the entire reading figuring out what it is that this person's figuring out. This is more about your experience having said something, and obviously there's some reaction here, because otherwise we wouldn't even be made to notice, that there was like some kind of problem, or, with something that you said. I'm just going to check it out to see, like, what happened there. It might take a minute to get this message out. Appreciate your patience. Seven of Cups. And, aha, there it is, the King of Pentacles. Okay, here it is. It's quite simple. It's when somebody says, you might say something to somebody just like, and it's casual enough. It's innocent. It's Page of Wands, like just randomly, you might have just been carrying on a conversation, and then you just hit a nerve and you say something like, how come, is the job done yet? Like something like that. Is the job done yet? And the person says, I know I need to finish the job, okay? And they might snap back at you a little bit. And this is kind of leaves you with a bit of confusion, like, whoa, where did that come from? Like the Ace of Swords is like, I know. But like you only ever said it the once. And for some reason, they're responding to you as if you said it 6 other times before. And so for you, being the 7th time, it's like, where did all of these things come from? Like you could maybe figure, okay, I said something, but like I don't understand where this response is coming from or this reaction is coming from. And it's like this person is saying to you, like, I know you have it all figured out, okay? I get it. I realize that you already know how to do everything. It's like somebody's being kind of like, I'm getting like a, just like somebody, I can deduce that somebody's feeling kind of defeated by like having been told the same thing over and over and over again and not having a solution yet, but also ultimately being the only person for the job. They're just getting a bit defensive in here. Oh, Zhao says, what's worse is being told to do something that I'm about to do, right? Right. Okay, well, throwing daggers, shooting daggers. Eyes that shoot daggers. Colin's right there. He's like, I know how to shoot daggers with my eyes. Yeah, I know, Colin. Okay, so as much as you might be confused by somebody's defensiveness, what I'm getting here is that it's kind of like it's shooting daggers at you, like, and it's kind of like you can fly through this. You can do this. It's basically you navigating their response or their reaction is all part of them figuring out how to deal with it. So it's not that you're going to be able to solve some problem or some issue, or you may have just pointed something out that's kind of obvious for you to see, but like, other people have pointed it out too. It seems like it would be like the right thing to do. With the Justice card, it seems like it's the right thing to do to say something. Like it's almost like, if somebody's about to do something dangerous, like, like that somebody might be about to, I almost want to say like walk out onto the street without looking both ways, like something like that. And of course you would say like, hey, watch out. And if this person goes, I know, but as if there was an opportunity for this person to have heard 6 other people saying, hey, watch out. Or, like, so, or maybe somebody's doing something really risky and there's like just something where you would naturally just kind of react like with a protective kind of like, hey, watch out, check this out. Like the crow here. So we are with the crow deck right now. And so we're going to be seeing a lot of crows in this reading. But if that's significant for you, you might hear a crow cawing, like this kind of pay attention to when that happens to you next, when you're kind of like standing outside by yourself or something. And all of a sudden these crows, sometimes they'll just hover over you or like be right above you and they'll be cawing. And pay attention to maybe I'm just getting some ringing in my left ear. And I'm also getting like a little bit of a sense of like quiet, still solitude kind of feel. So I feel like there's a message here kind of hidden within the imagery that there's going to be a message for you that's going to come in the form of you having to listen inside your own head, your own voice, to hear it. It's almost like a whisper. So it'll be naturally coming to you maybe in an outdoor setting, of course, if there's crows, although there's maybe an indoor crow somewhere, or a raven or something like that. But like you'll hear the caw. And in that moment, the guidance for you is to really tune into the type of hearing that would hear ringing in your ears. And that's the type of hearing this message will speak through, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Let me just grab a little bit extra, like this thing of what it is. Like it seems like it's something that would be risky or dangerous, or maybe a little bit like something that people would, it would be common sense to just naturally point something out to someone. and they don't want to hear it in a way from you because they've heard it so many times, and it's like, okay, I got it. I got the message. Maybe like the crow, right, is here to give you a message, but it'll call like for 5 minutes instead of just like for 20 seconds or something so that you recognize it's there, but it'll just keep going and going and going. It's like, yeah, I got it. There's a message. Now you got to be quiet because I got to hear it. So it's almost like they might want for you to kind of not mention it because they need to concentrate. So the next time somebody's defensive for no reason about something really of common sense that you pointed out, maybe imagine that they're having this experience where they actually need quiet. And the more you call at them about it, the less efficient their mission is going to be. Or it's just going to take them longer to figure it out. This is the Strength card, and that's kind of confirming that message, is to kind of tame yourself a little bit. Next time this happens, there's maybe a bit of a premonition in the cards that you'll be bumping up against this reactivity. And there's a reassurance of their commitment to something. King of Wands. They know that you mean well, is basically that. This is it. They're committed. They're what I'm reading is they're committed to your integrity. Like, so they're committed to seeing your integrity. They know that it's the truth, that you mean well. And so if you just keep that in your mind and in your heart for this scenario that's coming up for you, there might be something there that might save a whole lot of trouble for both you and them. One more card. After all, this ability of yours to stay kind of cool and collected in a moment where somebody's being reactive is kind of what they love about you anyway. It's kind of what attracts them to you. That's what I'm getting here. There's maybe somebody who's watching this who is has the ability to just kind of take things in stride. And while it might not make sense to take things in stride while someone else is being so reactive, it looks to me like your strength is kind of a part of your allure in this situation. And if it's a relationship, or if it's basically like you're very attractive when you're being this way, is what it's saying, because it kind of like, it shows your strength when you can tame your response to somebody else's reactivity. Well, that's a message. I can take that. We're actually, one of the reasons why I'm recording readings is because there's been a bit of a reactivity on the chat and Twitch, and so I decided this was a better idea right now, to just kind of step back and let them let whoever, they need to sort something out, and give them some space. And Twitch seems to be their neighborhood, so we'll stay away from their neighborhood for a little bit. I'm going to stop this reading, and I'm going to record another reading after this. If you liked what you saw here, definitely come check out the Twitch channel. I do live readings there a few times a week, and also hopefully more of these YouTube recorded readings. So many ways to do readings on the internet. Also, I think I'm going to live stream on YouTube soon, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks so much, and feel free to toss them into the hat if you have any extra to spare for the readings tonight. I'll put a link for that in the description. It's like a PayPal thing if you'd like to donate to the channel to keep this thing going that we do. And take care. Take much care. Bye.